Okay, so this is part two of our discussion on Thomas Robert Malthus, still part of our lecture on classical economics, history of economic thought. So during this period, the rise of the Industrial Revolution was affecting the conditions of society during that time. And as I've mentioned, Thomas Robert Malthus lived during this period. And what he was observing is that the economy is actually booming. With Adam Smith, division of labor, specialization of labor, and increasing profits gathered by the investors and capitalists, then people started to have a little bit more money, and people started getting more profits, which were reinvested, and with this, there was a change in the living standards of the people. Now, for the production and the industrialization to continue, the industrialists started increasing wages to attract more workers into the industrial sector. And with these higher wages, it gave wage increases to the people, which in effect improved their living conditions. And this leads to a natural increase in population because now they have better food, they have better medicine, better living standards, and therefore there was a boom in the labor force as well. So increases in the labor force means workers must compete with each other for jobs because the wages are still increasing. So again, this is a signal to supply more labor at the same time that the economy is demanding for more laborers. Thus, the industrialists continued to make profits, which allowed them to buy more machinery, which starts the cycle all over again. So imagine the economy of England and Europe, for that matter, growing and booming, and now there is an effect on the natural rate of population growth and the production of output in the economy. So this was observed by Thomas Robert Malthus, and during that time, for people like him, the most common thing to do was analyze. So he started seeing what's happening in society, and he started analyzing what's happening during that period. Okay, so he was well known for his book entitled "An Essay on the Principle of Population," as it affects the future improvement of society. So that was his quite very lengthy title of the book. He was a professor in the Anglican Church. Actually, he became part of the Anglican Church and became a professor at the East India Company College. He attended Cambridge University and was considered the first professional economist. Okay. So during the Industrial Revolution, he saw that farmers were moving towards the industrial sector already and started leaving the agri sector. And because of this, ay nagkaroon ng problema naman ngayon sa agri sector. Nagkaroon ng poor crop yields and simultaneous population boom further aggravated the situation. So, ibig sabihin, napansin ni Thomas Robert Malthus na bumababa ang production ng food. Brought about by workers migration plus elements of weather and poor soil quality. So dati daw napaka-rich ng mga farmlands in Europe and in Britain, and now it's degrading. So here napansin niya, nagawa siya ng analysis niya na kapag ganun ng ganun, mas konti ang pagkain na puproduce while tuloy ang paglaki ng population, then sooner or later, people will start suffering because of this. So he based his ideas on population and food production on two premises. First, food is necessary to sustain human life. Second, human sexual instinct is constant or stable. He predicted that the population would double every 25 years, or about one generation. This doubling effect is what statisticians call geometrical progression. Okay, so while, according to him, food production can only grow at an arithmetic progression, each generation's food production increases by an amount equal to the original quantity lamang. So as more land is required for food production, but it is less fertile, then they started yielding fewer crops. And as more workers cultivate the land more intensely, the productivity of the added workers also declines. So we will continue in the last part with the Malthusian population trap.